Welcome, everybody, to Hammer Time, the worldwide home 24/7, 365 days a year for your Pittsburgh Maulers. We have an all-star cast lined up today for you guys, too. We got offense, we got defense, we got special teams, we've got special guests. But first, I'd like to welcome the founder of the show, the creator, the brains behind this operation, my man, Webb.
What's going on? How are you guys all doing?
We're good, man.
We got a Brahma in the room.
I'm a Maulers for life.
Maulers. Man.
Well, we got some Maulers in here.
Of course, we're joined by Isaiah Henney, Matt Mangle, Boogie Roberts, the quarterback, Troy Williams, and the community legend, Ducky.
Hell yeah.
XFL
He's more
community
famous than
legend.
we are, bro.
Fact.
Everybody hates Ducky.
I'm just glad he's on my side.
Right? Yeah, me too, bro.
Ducky's relentless, man.
He already talked about going to the Brahmas, so I just want to let you know.
Man.
Ducky will have all of his legion of XFL followers following him now and calling into the show. He's one of the most beloved XFL men ever.
Yep, it's true.
I don't know how switch because they can't stand him, but now he's joining forces with him. So,
Well, I want to start with Henny. Henny, what's it like sharing a locker room with a celebrity like Boogie Roberts?
Dude, it's I'm actually glad you asked me this question because I've been kind of sitting because I've been trying to get in contact with Boog the last couple of weeks, and he's so busy, rightfully so, because like you know, he's famous, and so it's inspiring for one. Outside of just the inspiration he brings to the locker room, he challenges everybody to be better. So you know, just Boogie Woogies, that's his name on my phone. He's a legend. I look up to him. And every day I try to ask him for advice, whether it's just, hey, how can I brush my teeth better? Anything I can get better at, I'm going to do it the Boog way. So it's like I said, it's inspiring, and I love the guy.
Troy, what's when you came on Hammer Time the first time, you said your player comp was Willie Beeman from Any Given Sunday. What was the one game this year that you felt like Willie Beeman? The one game.
One game I really felt like Beeman, bro, would probably be we played Birmingham the first time at home. We played up at home the first time. I was able to I think maybe about 50 yards, my first one. Ended up scoring. I had a couple of runs throughout the game. So for like the game for me that, it helped build my confidence and helped me really be myself whenever I was out there. So I had a good time. Even though, the late kicking return hurt was real bad, but, I was still happy to just get out there and get my juice back.
All right. Mangle.
Yeah.
You're a special teams guy. You get to see these guys practice. You're off to the side a little bit. Who's the biggest trash talker in this room right now? Not counting Ducky. Don't count Ducky. I know he's trash talker online.
I feel like Henny. I'm gonna be honest.
I was hoping you said definitely.
Or Mark
Day out
too, bro. Him and Henny go back and forth all the time.
Yeah, my boy Gilly, man, my dog.
All right, Alex, I'm gonna kick it over to you.
Yeah, I got a couple questions for you guys. Unbelievably fun year this year. And when you look back on your time with the Maulers, and we'll start, Isaiah, we'll start with you. What's the biggest moment or the biggest memory that sticks with you from your time with the Maulers? Like, is there one particular memory that sticks out more than others?
One that's without a doubt, the spinning backhand from my boy even though he's no longer a Mauler.
Sick.
That was dope. It was just cool to for us, we already knew how challenging it was going to be in that North Championship to beat a team 3 times. And that's just what the difficulties that you'll find in a league like ours where there's not that many teams. But that was crazy because it was I was big on, people depending on me and stuff like that. But when it came to the end of the year or the end of that game, I wasn't as involved, and so just getting the two-point conversions and all that stuff. But the spinning backhand was crazy because it took a second to like set in that we just won the game. And so that was my favorite moment for sure.
Yeah, that moment was special. I remember when he knocked that ball down. And one other question for you too, from a special team standpoint, you guys were lights out this year, and you were a big player on special teams for us. How did it all come together? Why was that so?
I mean, special teams, a lot of people take the play off, and so I've never been one of the people to take a play off. And the way that punts are, especially when you get to the professional level, it's hey, if you have a good relationship with your jammers and they like you, you guys can do something serious. So I mean, a lot of it takes part with the opposing punter. They have to like me too to give me an opportunity. But for us, it's just about doing the little things. It took a second to kind of get everything going. I know we had the punt return off in the first week, but I would say that was more of an anomaly. That was just kind of I'm not gonna say luck, but that's kind of what it was. But like I said, it was just a result of the other team taking the play off and us not doing so. So I just treat special teams. We all treated special teams on the Maulers as if it's a legit third of the game. And not just a play where, you feel like a backup will get in or, just getting to, offense or defense. And so I think that's why we were so successful.
Got it. Same for you, Matt. Biggest moment other than getting to hang out with Chris Blewett all year long.
I was going to sneak him here somehow. I watch every week.
Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 7 guys on the call at one. We're back to 7. Whenever I see 7, I think Chris Blewett.
I would say biggest moment is probably 73 in Aaron, and then it went to 83. That would be a great moment for me. Another great moment was just dominating the Stars on special teams both games. I think that was huge for me to kind of come back and just dump on them. Making it to the championship, that was another huge thing for me. Just a great season all around. But I would say this 83 was probably one of the bigger moments of the season for me, especially because it was in such a challenging environment.
How about you, Boog? Biggest moment. What's going to stick with you most, your time with the Maulers?
I would have to say there's a couple, but the one that I'll always remember is that, and I was going to say NFC Championship, the conference championship against the Panthers the third time, just because everything came full circle. Because, I was there from year one. A lot of these guys, some came in the middle of year one, but I was there since day one, as a Mauler. And everything came full circle. Me advocating for Troy to get signed for a whole year. And they just blowing it off kind of like, okay, we'll see. And me keep pushing, and then they sign him. And then him leading that drive, that last drive, I still remember I was hugging Sue because we didn't know if that was going to be it. I'm hugging Sue. She's like, Boog, I love you. I'm like, I love you too, Sue. Watching Troy do his thing that I always knew he can do because I played with him in high school. He's a winner. He wins everywhere. Then with Ishmael catching the pass against his former team that cut him, it was just a full circle moment. Then my brother Leve backhanding the ball to send us there when it was our turn to get a stop. And me, playing hurt, knee messed up, but just being out there with the guys, it was a complete win. And it was just a full circle moment going from worst to first like we had called from the beginning. And that moment will always stick with me because it wasn't just one person making the play. It took literally everybody on that team to beat the Panthers that day, and I'll never forget it.
How about you, Troy?
That's not Troy. That's Tez. Troy dropped out. That's Tez.
What's going on? I ain't gonna turn my camera on. You see me?
Everybody else got their Tez. Turn your camera on.
I'm not turning it. Hey.
Tez, this is going on air, man. Don't nobody want to see that no contact picture?
Bruh, I'm at work.
Tez, we love work.
Man, hey.
Please see your face, please.
Hold on. Actually, I'm in the restroom, so it's kind of. Hold on.
Hey, this is a family show, right?
Exactly. Hey, we gonna keep it. We gonna keep it real on here.
Half the time in the restroom is crazy. That's crazy.
Hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. But y'all go ahead. You feel me, Troy? You answer. Then I'll answer after. You feel me? We gonna do it like that.
I don't know if Troy heard the question. Troy, you with us?
Ain't no service in LA, man. You got to get out of there.
Becky, how about you? What's the moment of the year for you? As a Maulers fan, covering them every week in Canton.
Oh my goodness. I would say when they came to Canton. I didn't think it was going to happen. Just them being in Canton, period, for me was probably my greatest moment.
Love you, Ducky.
Love you guys too.
How about you, Webb? What was your favorite moment?
Just getting to know these guys, them coming on. Every guy here, outside of Tez, actually, has been on Hammer Time, giving me their time while I'm covering the team from South Georgia. But I love this team, man. Like, this is my favorite professional sports team ever, really. More than the Celtics, bro. More than the Celtics right now. So,
well, here's one for you.
I love these guys. So.
Put that birthday thing together for you.
Yeah, that birthday thing, man. Anytime I'm having a bad day, I turn that thing on, man. Because too kind from Canton. But yeah, of course the championship was awesome. Sitting on the sideline, hearing them talk during the game, actually getting to see them in person was awesome. Seeing them at camp, that was great. The game against the Generals at camp, that was interesting. I was like, oh, this team's feisty now. All right, we're good. So, but yeah, all these guys, they're all great.
All right, Boogie, that's enough.
So another quick question for you guys too. So the off the field activities. So one of the things we covered it on all the shows, the one thing that stands out is the culture that this team had, the locker room, the family that you guys are, and will always be. Can never take that away from you, right? This Mauler family. Matt, you touched on it when you said coming over from the Stars to the Maulers. You can tell how much the guys care about each other. A lot of activities, bowling, basketball, and whatnot. So I got to ask you guys an important question. For those of you that were in the bowling league, who's the worst bowler on the team?
Oh, so this is what's funny is the worst bowler when we got there, when we started bowling, was Connor Sampson. By the end of bowling, Connor, I think it was Malcolm Elmore. We ended up winning the not a tournament, but we put money on the last game or something like that. But Connor was by far the worst. It wasn't even close. It was gutter. And then he's like, bro, give me some pointers. And then we taught him a couple of things, and literally the quickest turnaround I've ever seen. He was a natural. But yeah, that's without a doubt. Another surprising bowler, even though he didn't suck, I know that was the question, was Kirk. Yeah, that's my dog right there. Kirk was actually pretty good. And he actually bought a ball, and he was lefty. He did think he was better than he was, but nonetheless, he wasn't bad.
How about it, Mingle? Were you bowling with those guys, or were you with the hoops?
I wasn't. I was not.
I heard if you went by position group, the defensive line was one of the worst groups. Is that true?
Yeah, no. So
no. We had Olive. He can bowl.
No, the thing about it is just like outside of Olive, it's just no finesse. Bowling is a finesse game. They think you just throw the ball down there, hit the pins as hard as you can. It's just sloppy. It's just not I don't know, the D linemen, great athletes on the field. Just when it comes to, it's not all the time. Olive's great at volleyball too, but bowling was.
They had a nice platter special there, come with mozzarella sticks, chicken strips, fries, cheese stick. That was and margarita. That was my go-to. I just watched them bowl, and I just got up when it was my turn. I went for the food though.
Yeah.
So who are the better hoop players, the D linemen or the linebackers? Maybe Tez can zoom in on that.
D-line.
Oh yeah, they can have it, man. We only showed up on this game day.
Linebackers are crash dummies in basketball, man.
Well, Tez will always have great favor with me when he had that, I believe it was a fumble return touchdown that was called back because he stepped out of bounds, and they zoomed in on the sideline, and he's sitting on the bench saying, "Oh, you got to give it to me. Tez, I love you, man. I'm a Mauler all the way, but man, your foot was about 3 feet out of bounds.
It wasn't even close. I was like, what?
Nah, man, for real, they did me crazy on that one, but it's okay. I mean, it's already said and done. I didn't gave it up. I didn't went to Daryl and tried to fight my case already, but it didn't work. But hey, man, appreciate you though.
Henny, I got to ask you a question. So in the camp, you guys had shadow boxing ish. You guys had a big tournament, and everything. Who won that? I know you were the commissioner. You came out with a big bracket and everything. And who won?
So there was one player that was just levels bounds like just above everybody else, and it was Malcolm Howard out of Houston, Texas.
He didn't win.
Yes, he did. He won the first tournament. Yes, he did.
Did he win?
He took it, but to be honest, he took it way more serious than everybody. Like Nas, so Nazir and Madre London, they stayed with him, and that's all he would do. They would all the time, like Malcolm, he would practice all the time, to the point where like people were thinking that he was cheating, but he was just he was actually kind of incredible. Sporty, Troy, he came in second place. He was pretty good, especially for just kind of getting back into it since his Utah days. Boog was
fourth place. What? Make up a lie.
Fourth place. And his game was all deception though. It was like it just wasn't orthodox. It was unorthodox, and so but it got him far in the tournament. I was proud of him.
What are you talking about right now?
Yeah, that was fun, man. I can't wait to do that again.
Troy, just stop trying to join. Just stay away.
Troy, when he came on the first time, it was like that. I was like, man, you got bad Wi-Fi. He's back.
He's persistent, though.
Yeah.
How about that first touchdown of the season, Tez? You and Boogie. That was pretty sweet. You want to take us back to that one? That was one of those moments where I was like, that's how you do it when you score on defense.
Yeah, man, it was good. I mean, I just remember Ruben Ruben kind of stripping the ball.
That's right.
And then I just looked down, man, and the football was right there, and I just remember me jumping on it, and just cradling the football, and then end up scoring out of nowhere. So it was a crazy experience. I mean, I never seen nothing like that happen. The football just end up in between your legs. So
are you watching the bathroom?
Yeah, man, they got the faucet.
Turn the water off, bro.
Was that after my pin? I put that on.
I'm in a public bathroom.
See, I tried to give Boogie credit for the strip. It was Ruben. That's right. Good memory there, Tez. But that was a great way to start the year, getting a score on defense.
New Orleans lucky they ain't see us past week 6. They lucky.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, they for sure lucky. But hey, it's all good.
Well, I've said it. We all said it on the show too. The regular season wasn't indicative of how good this team was. That early part of the year, there were games that were screwy ways to lose games, but you could just feel it as the year went on. The team getting better and better. And by the end of the year, we were everybody as good as Birmingham. They just had a great night against us. But
guys, now that we can see your face.
We don't get
to see your face. I gave everyone a hot take question at the beginning. You weren't here. I want to know, were you ripped off the Defensive Player of the Year award in the league?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Right. I don't know if you're going to answer. I don't know if you're going to give him the SID answer.
The reason
your teammates talk for you.
Nah, the reason why I was ripped off is because, for one, Henny go sit up there and tell Genda after the game that he should be Defensive Player of the Year. I'll never forget that. Crazy. He went behind my back and did that.
What's funny is that, like,
old teammate.
No. This is the thing. It's one of those things where, like, when you shake hands with people and they're so nice that you feel like you have to say something nice back. So I was trying to one up him. And I said, man, he's like, oh, you're a hell of a player. And I said, you deserve Defensive Player of the Year. And he kind of just fell out. And I told you before, I said, hey, man, I just said that, but I didn't mean it. That's what I said, bro.
So Henny, it's Henny fault really. You feel me? Jinxed it, but nah. Honestly, I think that it was just too many good players around me. That's the reason why I didn't get it. If we would have been just like an all right team, an all right defense, I probably would have got it. But we had too many good players, so yeah. I mean, that speaks value to our defense and our team. So
So is that your way of saying that the Panthers were just all right on defense? The rest
They
of the
were.
team?
Yeah, they were.
Okay. All right. All right.
I mean,
I just
they
want to
went.
clear.
To be honest with you, their strength was their front seven. I mean, that was their strength of their team. You know, their back end wasn't as good as ours. You know, they possibly would never be. But yeah, everything about our defense was top tier.
You guys talk about the coaching staff. I know with all the merger and all that stuff, they're the ones that kind of are losing out too. Talk about the coach staff and you guys' relationship with those coaches. I don't care who starts. Who wants to go first?
Special teams wise, Coach O was amazing. He would let me decide on what I wanted to do, where I wanted to put the ball. He was a coach, but he cared first from a player's perspective than anything. He just kind of let me play free, and then when you would do good, he would come up to you and just tell you his appreciation and his support for you. And that's something you do not get in pro football, especially as a specialist. So I'll be honest, it's probably the funnest year of football I've ever had, punting a football or kicking a football in general, just because of the freedom I felt while playing. There was no pressure at all times, and I knew that I had my teammates' backs, and more importantly, my coaching staff's backs. And when your coaching staff is heavily defensive minded, it feels really good when you pin a team deep and you get to see the defense go out there and stop them and force them to punt or get a turnover. I don't know. I felt like this coaching staff was probably the best coaching staff I've ever been on.
Wow.
And that's specifically because of the way that they treated me as a player.
And that all plays into the culture, right? And all you guys touched on that culture.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people talk about it. You have like signs in the locker room and all that stuff, but I mean, it felt like this team actually lived it. It created a culture. It kind of grew organically.
I think they took, well, in my opinion, I think they took the politics away. I mean, obviously we had roster limitations and stuff in terms of numbers of players, but in terms of my position and what we did, I have yet to be on a team where politics didn't play into it until I came to the Maulers. So yeah, that's just my opinion, and I really hope that this merger doesn't screw anything up, because that would really suck, you know.
Well, man, where do I start?
Yeah, go ahead, Commish.
Man, I love our coaches, on both sides of the ball. First I want to shout out to Coach Rick, Court Wright, working with him for the past 2 years, has been amazing. He's a real players coach, a real protector. He loves his unit, and he'll die for his unit. He doesn't want anybody to say anything to his D-line, whether it's refs, fans, other coaches. He'll be the first one to stick up for us, whether we're right, wrong, indifferent. And, I love him. I'm going to miss him. That's a guy that I'll call just for advice. He's always one call away. He always answers the phone. If you don't, he'll shoot you a text and call you right back. Coach Lil Horton, that's my guy. We've grown, super, super close. Talk to him like every other day. What a young genius. If you seen him walking on the street with those big you would not think, you would think he work in the tech world, he's on a tech job, but he's amazing. He doesn't overcoach. That's what I love about him. He lets us play. He makes it super simple. He trusts his guys, and he doesn't say too much. You messed up if he comes in yelling and things like that. But don't get me wrong, he does have that side to him. I seen him break a couple boards this year and punch stuff, and we were playing well. But that's just because it means so much to him. He's deserving of a head coaching job. He's put in his work. The proof is in the pudding. I don't see how you can be a coordinator of the year, and when there's head coaching jobs open, you're not the head coach. That just doesn't make sense to me. So and then Big Horton. I loved Kirby. Kirby is the first one that gave me an opportunity to become a Mauler. I'm forever grateful. But there was a change where between him and Coach Horton. Coach Horton is way more chill. he'll stand in the back. You'll have to ask yourself if he likes you or not, because he doesn't talk too much. But Coach Horton, watching their dynamic all year, father and son, was just special. You know, a lot of people wish they can do things like that with their dad, and he got to live out his dream to coach with his dad. So they're both near and dear to my heart, and I'm forever grateful for them. And Coach Hall, you know, Norbon alumni, that's my guy. Got to go to his wedding. Coach Hall is crazy, man, but I love him. You know, yeah. I love all the guys. Shout out Coach Thomason, too. That's my guy. And, yeah.
How about you, Henny? You're on the offensive side. You got different coaches than these guys.
Yeah, I think the coaching, like one thing was about the coaching staff that was so interesting for me is that they took the time to actually learn about the players. A lot of times you'll get in positions where it's big on X's and O's, but you know everyone has stuff that they're dealing with outside of football, and I think when you're dealing with stuff like that, you would hope that a person of a higher up or something like that, a person of authority, would come and kind of shed light into your situation or talk life into you. And then they were able to do that on multiple occasions for everybody, but especially for me. So I appreciated Tomlinson for that, and Horton for that. Horton used to say I was one of his sons. So I appreciated being his favorite player on the team. That was fun. But yeah, outside of that, it was like the coaches, like I said, took their time to actually learn the players, learn what made us gel, and then they made us learn about each other. I think that was one of the best things Coach Horton did. He would have a couple people, one from the offense, one from the defense, and occasionally a special teamer come up and tell their story to the team. And so it kind of created a family-like atmosphere to find out that a lot of people are going through what you're going through, or they've been through what you're going through. And then it's a lot easier to go out and play for somebody when you know them. It's one thing to do it as a job, but it's a completely different, experience to kind of do it as a family. And so that's why I appreciate it about the coaching staff.
It's hard to get to because you could, like I said before, you can talk about it, right? You can talk about culture. You can talk about looking out for guys. You can talk about doing the right thing, and then you can actually just live it. It feels like this team lived it. The players, the coaches, everybody involved. You know, you didn't have to go around talking about it because the actions spoke for themselves, right? And then people respond to that, and then it just grows synergistically, and you have something special. So, and that's the thing about this team, I think, for me. Obviously not being in the locker room, only being connected to you guys through the interviews and helping Webb on the show. But it's just the overwhelming feeling that there's such a positive culture and organization growing and looking to take that next step. And the step between year 1 and year 2 is incredible. I think the step between year 2 and year 3 certainly would be even greater than that. But that's a special bunch for sure.
Yeah.
It sucks with that. I feel like we've been robbed of the chance to run it back.
Yep.
No, we is being robbed.
That's the part that sucks the most. You know, you get so close with these guys, and like we got group chats and everything. Everybody staying in touch, but like I looked forward to okay, February, March, I get to see the guys again. We get to joke around the room and all that stuff, and for that not to be happening, for stuff out of our control, is it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ducky? You've been a little quiet. You heard these guys talking a little bit.
I'm taking it all in. This is the last time I'm going to get to talk to all these guys all at one time like this.
Well, we've reached the end zone, okay? And really appreciate all you guys joining us. We'll go sort of round the room here with everybody. You get an opportunity to give a shout out. Anybody you want to acknowledge, anything you want to share. The floor is yours. Let's start with Tez. Tez looks like he's ready to share with us. So the floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, man, I don't know what's gonna happen coming up with the merge, things like that, man. Stuff is so uncertain. Everything is unclear, man. So I guess the shout out I'm gonna give is just to that 2023 Maulers team, man. That team will never ever be forgotten, and they don't even know like the kind of relationships that we made. You know, the relationships that we made is gonna last forever, man. Because we really created like a brotherhood on that team, and that right there will never be broken. That's why it's just so tough to even see, our names not to even be in it. Just it's just tough, man. So that's my little shout out, man, to everyone. just love every single person that had to do with that team, and hopefully one day we can get the band back together. But until then, man, we'll see. To be continued, I guess.
What do you see, Isaiah? How about you?
Well, I mean, I appreciate obviously my dogs, everyone in the locker room. I appreciate you guys for doing you guys' best, to tell our stories, inviting us on and stuff like that. We appreciate that. I always want to give a shout out to my family. I'm a big family person. If you guys get the opportunity, go ahead and vote for my brother Terrell Burgess for the Pro Bowl. He's first for special teamers right now in the NFC. So go ahead and light it up. You can vote over and over and over again. I'll probably put in a bunch of votes, but nonetheless, just the family, the experience, and just man, I appreciate Kirby Smart for bringing me in halfway through the season last year. It was my first opportunity in 5 years. And
Kirby who?
Oh, I said Smart. Oh my god, bro! It's because I saw his name today for the Atlanta Falcons.
Don't even Kirby watching this. He gonna be like, I should never brought your ass in.
Yeah, I know, man. Little June bug. Yeah, whatever you want to say, man. But
we don't identify the frauds and the pretenders.
Yeah. Yeah. To my dogs, man, and especially Coach Horton, giving us gems throughout the season. That was awesome. And you, Ducky, for having our back all the time on social media, man. You never left our side.
Always. Maulers always.
Yes, sir.
All right, Matt.
I would say my teammates first. I felt like every practice I go out for punt period, the whole team would just watch me drop bombs. And I felt like every game I went into, all I wanted to do was pin an offense deep in their end zone. Kind of embodied that throughout the whole season. So just having friendships with my teammates, even in a professional environment, was amazing. Having a great coaching staff again, like I said, it just never seemed political at all. It was always just full support, full love, we want you to succeed. And I don't think I'll ever find a team that's like that ever again. Of all the pro teams I've been on, it's always just been, you do this or you're gone. If you don't do it my way, it's the highway kind of thing with the coaches. So just, I don't know, man. It's just the whole realm of from players to staff was different for me. Night and day difference from Canadian League to other USFL teams to here. It's just been, I'll never forget it. Appreciate you guys always supporting us. Sometimes it feels like as a pro athlete, even at the position we're in, not a lot of people support us, and to just have you guys there to push our names, to do these interviews, and just show your appreciation for us, that also means a lot to all of us, more than you know. It was an amazing season, man. Even in the negatives, it just was so much fun, and it just so much positivity on my end in terms of this. Whether I play another game or I don't ever play a game again, I absolutely loved being a Mauler. So I hope it continues.
They can never take that away from me either, buddy.
No.
All right, Boogie.
I want to give a shout out, obviously, first to my teammates. That locker room, that chemistry, the coach we built is something special. I could say I'm going to a new team and try to build that. I won't even try because it would be a disservice to what we built. I want to give a shout out, to people that don't always get the light. Sue, Jake, Javier. Like, I'm gonna miss Javi. We had the best equipment manager, man. Best equipment manager / punt returner / bodybuilder in the world, man. We all love Javi. Yeah, just shine some light on those guys. Shine some light on you guys. You guys have been here since season 1. Webb, Alex, Ducky, thank you for everything you guys do for us, pushing our name, pushing the league in general. Because the league go as far as the product on the field and as a product, in the media. And you guys have a big part in that, Ducky. Thank you for being my number one fan, always having my back, no matter what. Yeah, man, coaches, like I said, thank you again, to Kirby, I'm super thankful for Kirby because without him, I'm not here. So, and thankful to the USFL. It's tough right now, but I still am very grateful and thankful for them for giving us this platform and allowing me, to showcase my abilities. And last but not least, thank you to the fans, all the people that, that love me and come with signs and cheer me on every week and show me love on social media. I'm so thankful for you guys. And I'll always rock the purple, black and yellow at heart. I'll always be a Mauler, whatever color we wear at heart, and they'll never be able to take this away from us. So, yeah, that's what it is.
All right, Ducky, give us a little tush push. We're at the goal line. Got to get this thing across. What you got?
Shout out the community, really. I mean, I think spring football is so great. I used to never even think about watching it at all just because everybody always dissed on it. And then you watch a couple of games and you realize these guys that they're playing for the spot in the NFL, like that. And they just play with so much more heart than those guys, I think, just to make it to there. So shout out to all the players. I mean, and the coaches. And speaking of coaches, this completely off topic. Jaron needs to be a head coach. I don't know who needs to hear this. Jaron needs to be a head coach. So whoever's listening.
Memphis.
Bro, that would be nuts.
The Memphis Maulers. If he is, we on the way. I'm getting released the next day.
That would be sick as hell. I'd be eating barbecue every night, bro.
Well, appreciate that, Ducky. And I want to thank you guys for not only a special season that you gave us this year. It was fun to watch. But, I think when you look back at this experience, you guys are playing a major role in professional sports in this country, if you think about it. You're sort of the pioneers of spring football. They tried it in the 80s when I fell in love with it, Ducky, to your point. People were bad-mouthing football in the spring. I fell in love with it back in 1983, and I've been waiting for a league to stick forever. So as hard as this merger is and with the changes and whatnot, if it does make the product sustainable long-term, we'll see. I know it doesn't make it any easier right now, but you guys played a major role in that. You're the pioneers of spring football on the field. I think what impressed me the most, though, about this Pittsburgh team was the off the field. Every single one of you guys has been so gracious. I remember seeing Troy after the New Jersey game. And Boogie, you were hurt. Your knee was hurt in the New Jersey game. Taking time to talk to all those fans and stuff. What that means to those kids and the people, the way you connected with them. And it was just refreshing to see professional athletes. You guys are doing something that so very few people get a chance to do, and that's to get paid to play. You're getting paid to play. That's your job.
Amen.
And to see you handle it like that and be a professional like that and gracious to the fans won me over. And the Sue Hillmans, when she came on to the show, what a wonderful lady she is, and Jaron and everybody, just a class organization from top to bottom. And I didn't coach you guys. I wasn't in the locker room. I, didn't have that opportunity, but you could feel it, right? And it felt like being part of it, even as far removed from the team as I am. But I do want to say this. I want to thank Webb. And I think that man did a great job putting Hammer Time together.
Yeah,
the slides, they're Webb's. The getting the interviews with you guys, they're Webb's. He puts a lot into this. All I have to do is show up and talk. But he's made this something special. And he invited me to join his show. And I've had a thrill being on the show. And I thank you for that, Webb. So I'm grateful for that and grateful for you. And to get a chance to meet you guys and to interview you guys and to be close to the team and to cover a team. I'm like, Webb, I'm a Pittsburgh Mauler, right? I love this team. This is my team. The Browns, the Steelers, everybody wants to get to the NFL. I bonded with this team. You're my guys, right? So we'll see what happens with this merger. But my goal is to follow. Maybe I'm a fan of all 8 teams because guess what? I'm pulling for the Maulers no matter what team they're on. And they can't take that away from me. And with that, Webb, bring us home.
Man, 60 episodes. I can't believe we made it 60 episodes of Hammer Time. A lot of them I was talking to myself. I was telling Alex one of the first one, I did a roster breakdown. I went for 45 minutes by myself just talking about you guys. I never released that episode. It's out there. It's out there, but it's not on YouTube. But I just want to say it's more than Mangle's 83-yard punt or Henny with the no fair catch mentality or Tez coming over and just clobbering or Boogie being a celebrity, Ducky trash talking. You guys have made me live a dream at 40 years old, man. Like I got to cover the team and kind of be the source for the Maulers. And you guys gave me your time all the time. And I want to thank all of you guys coming up there to Canton twice. I've never been to Canton in my life. Never even thought of really going to the Hall of Fame just because it's Ohio, right? But,
No offense, Ducky.
Yeah, no offense, Ducky. But I just want to thank you guys for all of your time. You guys got fans. I'm a fan of you guys for the rest, like Alex said, for the rest of your guys' life. Your football career. Boogie's going to be on TV. We all know that in some kind of movie. I'll be watching All American for the first time ever. All that commercials. Oh, I know that guy, Boogie. But I just want to thank you guys for an amazing season, man. Like 60 episodes. I got to talk to a lot of you guys on quite an often basis. And thank you. And
never a goodbye. Always to see you later.
Yeah, it will be. I'll be following you down in San Antonio and wherever Henny and Mangle and Tez end up. I'll be following you guys. I don't know if I'll be a Brahma fan though.
Many Maulers on one team is possible. That would be
perfect. Yeah, that'd be likely. But man, hey, appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. Thank you, man. I know I'm a hard person to reach, man. I know you used to just be hitting you up, man. I appreciate it though, but thank you, man. I appreciate it. Always looking out no matter what. And thank you guys, man. And yeah, man, we'll see what the future holds for everybody, man. Hopefully, like we said, everybody be back together soon.
Yeah.
And with that, Hammer Time comes to an end. I thank you guys for the year, 60 episodes. Hammer down, hammer out.
Adios, man.
Maulers out.
You guys.